Thank you all of you for coming here today. I will firstly introduce myself. I'm Hila. I'm the CEO of ISROG, and ISROG is focusing on oil and gas innovation. So I would like to talk a little bit about the bad guys of the energy industry, which are the oil and gas companies. I remember that I visited Houston several years ago, and I met one of the executives of the largest oil and gas company, and he told me, you know, Hila, everyone thinks that renewable energy are here to come and stay and replace oil and gas. But I will tell you one thing, oil and gas is here to stay. And another thing I'm going to tell you, oil and gas is dramatically changing, and the oil and gas is going through a dramatic transition. So I would like to talk about the two sentences here in my presentation, and I would also like to present the huge opportunity for the Israeli innovation ecosystem in this industry. So first of all, if I will be able to move with the clicker, I'm sorry, okay. So first of all, let me refer to the first part of this sentence, the oil and gas is here to stay. So we can see here, sorry, again, okay, here it is, okay. So we can see here that in this chart, that while renewable energy is predicted to grow, and this is the gray part of the chart, right? There is only slight reduction in the volume of traditional energy. We're talking about traditional energy, we're referring to oil and gas, and even coal. We can see that by 2050, the oil and gas is here to stay, and they are going to take almost 50% of the energy mix. So this is quite a lot. And why is that? Mainly because of the dramatic increase in the energy demand. We are talking about, according to International Energy Agency, we are talking about 47% increase in the energy demand. However, yes, the oil and gas is here to stay, but they are changing. And they are changing because they understand that they cannot stay as they are, and they are changing, they understand because the regulation is over there, and there is a lot of public pressure. So they are changing, and they make innovation and adaptation of sustainable technologies as a major part of their business strategy. So, and what type of changing we are talking about? We are talking about three types of changing, that all of these changing are representative enormous opportunity to the Israel innovation ecosystem. First of all, the oil and gas companies are no longer oil and gas. As a matter of fact, the oil and gas companies are investing heavily in everything that concerns to alternative energy solutions. We started from huge solar project, moving to a lot of wind power project, moving to geothermal, everything that concerns to environmental investments like carbon capture, carbon storage, alternative fuels such as hydrogen and synthetic fuels, and all these type of technologies that make them more and more generic energy companies and not just oil and gas. Additional transition of the oil and gas today is the digital transition. If everyone here thinks that oil and gas are very heavy, very conservative, this is no longer true. I remember that I've been in several months ago, I went and I've been visited in a conference of one of the legacy conferences of the oil and gas industry. I remember that I entered to the hall of the conference, and I had this feeling that I'm in the wrong place, because the place of this big machine, the big, very heavy machine, trucks, and the drillers, the huge drillers, took place a lot of innovative solutions, such as a lot of robotics solutions, a lot of small autonomous machines, a lot of solutions that replaced the very expensive manpower in the oil and gas, such as a lot of solutions, a digital twin, a lot of VR solution, and etc. As a matter of fact, today, oil and gas are one of the leading digital companies or industry in the world, but no one is familiar with this leadership of them, and we are going to talk about that in a few minutes. And another very important transition of the oil and gas industry, that they are looking for innovation outside of their companies. If before oil and gas were focusing on investing hundreds of millions of dollars in internal innovation, now oil and gas understand that in order to keep the pace and be competitive in the changing environment of the energy, they have to open up to innovation, and they are investing a lot of money, and they are doing a lot of activities in order to be a very competitive companies regarding innovation. And if you look at this slide, we can see the type of innovation arms that oil and gas has. They have a lot of VCs. Actually, some of the VCs, the largest VCs in the world, are oil and gas. We have a lot of accelerators. We have a lot of startup programs. We have a lot of programs that work in with the industry academia, industry governments, industry government and academia. So we have a variety of investment bodies of oil and gas that all the time looking for innovation. And if we want to see how much they are going to invest, so here we have some of the numbers of these companies. I think 2 months ago, I was talking with the CEO of Shell Ventures, that he just told me that they completed to raise $1.4 billion venture capital. I think this is one of the largest venture capitals in the world. We have our friend Saudi Aramco, also with $1 billion. So there are billions of dollars of the oil and gas industry that are looking for innovation, and they are looking for all type innovation. We are starting for traditional innovation for oil and gas, that this is digital innovation, and we are moving to anything that concern to renewable innovation. And here we have the list, or we have a very short list of the type of technologies that oil and gas is looking for in the field of digital solutions. I'm sure that all of the entrepreneurs here that sit in here are very much familiar with this type of innovation. Just a month ago, we had a very successful visit of one of the largest service companies in the oil and gas fields. It's called Halliburton. They were focusing on sensors. They found here extremely interesting sensor companies and sensor solutions that are very much relevant to their challenges, and they're moving forward with many companies that they met here in Israel. So I would like to give now, two interesting examples of the opportunities that we have to the Israeli innovation ecosystem, or Israeli startup. What we see in the pictures is we see the ADNOC. ADNOC is Abu Dhabi oil and gas company. This is one of the largest oil and gas companies in the world. And they did a huge project. I've been in this command and control center. They built the command and control center that you can see that in the picture. This is a huge command and control center. It has a very big wow factor when you enter to that. And this command and control center is connected to all of the assets. And we are talking about hundreds of assets worldwide. So we are talking about terabytes of data that being flown every day to this command and control center, but what they are not able to do, they are not able to analyze this data and get a very important insight to facilitate the work. So this is a very good example of how traditional, as I call it, digital solution startups that can can offer one of the leading oil and gas companies a very important solution that is very much needed for them in order to facilitate their work and to reduce the environmental impact. And my last slide, because someone here saying me that I have to finish, so I'm not going to talk a lot. My last slide is going to show the direction of the oil and gas is going through. It's no longer a conservative companies. They are very digital, very automated, very focusing on autonomous solutions, and very much need the type of innovation that Israel can offer to them. And this is a great opportunity because, as I saw in my first slide, there is a need to continue to produce oil and gas from the marine environment, but Israeli startup can help these companies to reduce the environmental impact substantially. So this is a short clip from Equinor. This is one of the leading oil and gas companies. This is the Norwegian oil and gas companies. And can you please operate it? Because I'm not able to do it from the here. Thank you. We are talking about robotic snakes that walk in 700 meters beneath the sea level. This is 700 meters. And no sound. A lot of autonomous data, communication, all of that we have in Israel. So this is the time for Israel innovation to take the lead, not just in mobility, not just in healthcare, but also in marine environment and innovation for the marine environment, for the oil and gas industry. So thank you very much for all of